let's start with breaking down Drake's career in a sense.
Okay.
Not just his career. A lot of people have heard rumors about, he has a lot of people in his pockets. That check gets bust up a lot of different ways because, you got Jazz Prince involved who found him and brought him over to Cash Money, Young Money. And then you got managers, then you got Young Money, then you got Cash Money.
Well, there's also a middle company in there, and I learned this from looking at the lawsuit, the original lawsuit when he didn't get paid. Yeah. There's a company called Aspire, which appears to be a joint partnership between Cortez, Jazz Prince, and Wayne, I believe.
Okay.
Or Wayne and Baby together.
Okay.
Young Money.
So
it's really confusing, and I've been doing this for 24 years, and even when I was reading the court documents, it was really hard for me to follow.
Okay. Well, so what? So how much do you think Drake's left with in the end?
That I don't know.
Let's assume. Let's play the assuming game. Okay, you got Jazz Prince, you got Wayne, and Birdman, basically who's Cash Money, right?
Right.
So is he left with less than 50%? You think?
I doubt it. Why would he do a deal where he'd be left with less than 50%? I can't imagine he would do that.
Do you think he's in a 360 deal?
360s were very popular at the time, but he was really hot when he did his deal. I'm guessing no. And again, I'm not part of that deal. I didn't negotiate that deal.
We're just assuming here.
I'm guessing no.
Yeah.
There was also a lot of hype around the time. Remember they said he was shopping to different labels?
Yeah.
I don't think that was true. I think he was already signed to Young Money at that point in time because somebody was funding the radio play.
No, he was signed to Young Money. He just didn't have a direct deal. It wasn't Young Money, Cash Money.
It was. It was always Young Money, Cash Money.
Really?
That's my point. They were always distributed, signed to Universal.
Oh, but they tried to make it like it wasn't.
Yes, they tried to make it like there was a bidding war and Wayne won. That's the way the press was making it seem.
Because Young Money didn't work at first. They came out with that first single with like Jay Mills and everybody on it coming out. That video with them coming out the Phantom. It didn't work. I remember talking to Jay Mills around that time and he said, this shit ain't picking up. Try to share it. And then
didn't they have Nicki Minaj? Wasn't Nicki's first release through Young Money?
Yes, but Nicki didn't join Young Money officially until after that video came out. Her paperwork wasn't done because she was still on Dirty Money. Okay, with Fendi. And then she was with Gucci Mane around that time. Remember,
what's Fendi doing now?
Who knows? Who cares? But he's probably doing. Oh no, I know what he does. My bad. He manages Little Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he road manages Little Kim and Fab.
Yeah,
and Jadakiss.
Yeah, he's on the road with that Bad Money tour. Or Bad Boy.
Bad Boy
Arena tour.
The reunion tour, whatever it's called.
He's definitely on that, and he always helps Jadakiss with his stuff. They're close friends.
How's that tour doing? The Bad Boy tour. Is there enough of a fan base for it?
Looks like it.
Looks good, yeah.
Looks good to me. I mean, unless they're just filming it nice. I don't know. It looks good. It looks good on the Instagram pics.
Cool.
And then so Drake probably is getting more than 50%, but definitely the other 50% is probably divvied up amongst a bunch of people, right?
I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he makes so much money on touring.
He'd have management fees. He'd have to pay his lawyer, his security.
How is he able to break an Apple deal, though?
I don't know.
It's weird, right?
I'm curious about that myself because he's signed to a label.
Yeah.
Therefore, the label owns him. So wouldn't Apple have negotiated with Young Money or Universal? Or
it doesn't seem like they did.
I don't know. I'm confused on that myself. Like, so many people are saying that Drake got a check from Apple, and I'm sure he got some portion of that, but he didn't own the rights to his brand like he's signed to a label. The label would do that deal.
Yeah, it's almost
I don't
like
get that.
it's almost like they got exclusive rights to videos at first, right in the beginning, and then maybe that proved something that was working. You know, like they got the first week with the video,
Right.
and then I think maybe Cash Money saw the value in this. Because think about it. If you do a deal with Apple, maybe Cash Money got it. Maybe they didn't get it. That they have the first week with the album, it helps Cash Money sales because now they're going to feature you and they're going to make people like bombard you with that new Drake album, you know?
Right.
So
and it drives traffic to Apple.
Exactly. So
like Apple increased their subscription,
Subscribe.
not the rate, but their subscribers. Thank you.
Yeah.
By doing that, by doing exclusives, just like Tidal did with
Yes.
Beyonce.
I'm wondering why Lil Wayne didn't do an Apple deal too. He went to Tidal and did
I
something.
mean, from what I understand, it was a Universal CEO. He said he's stopping all exclusive deals.
Oh, I see.
Like,
Yeah.
right after
Lucian
Frank
Grainge.
Ocean. Yeah, right after Frank Ocean did his deal
Yeah.
straight up with Apple. Somebody, I forgot the dude name from Universal.
Mhm.
Lucian Grainge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Said he's stopping all exclusive deals with artists
Right.
and Apple.
And this just reminds me of Napster. You know, they're not forward thinking and figuring out a way for it to work. Let's just stop it. And you
Yeah.
know what? That always backfires. That's how these labels kill themselves off. Think about if the labels were in tune and saw the value in a Napster, they would have owned an iTunes. I think we've talked about this before. They would have had the first iTunes.
Yes.
But they didn't.
You know, as a good business, you have to look at how your consumers want to consume your product.
Yeah.
And you can't fight them. If people want to stream music instead of listening to CDs, you can't fight them on that. You've got to embrace it. And the problem with the major labels is they didn't embrace it. They started suing instead of embracing.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the Napster founder, what was it, Sean Parker and Sean Fanning were willing to work with the labels. Remember? They said, hey, we'll just give it to you. We'll just give it to you. They were willing to give it to them, and the labels were like, no, we're going to shut you down.
Exactly.
And then Steve Jobs came out with his own thing. So, you know, that's funny. Then
And own the world. They're the number one retailer of music, Apple.
I know.
Spotify's the number one streaming service, but in terms of ownership, Apple's the number one retailer.
So let's get into streaming now. Let's talk about streaming. This is Jordan Tower, JT News.